Hi, I'm at the cottage again, and it's here that I'm going to be launching my war on back pain. I've chosen the cottage because number one, it's my happy place, but also because in 23 years of owning a cottage, of getting it ready in the spring, of closing it up in the fall, like what we're doing right now, raking up the leaves, digging the gardens, I have never once hurt my back. If you have never hurt your back, that's great. However, you have an 85% chance at some point in your life you'll hurt your back. If you have hurt your back and aren't in pain right now, you have over a 70% chance that you're going to hurt your back again. And that's why I'm launching my war on back pain. I've chosen the word war because it's both a metaphor and an acronym. So the metaphor is that we go to battle with our body and with our mind when we are in back pain. But the acronym recognizes that there are 3 stages of back pain. And the biggest problem that I find is that people make the wrong choice, and practitioners, for the stage of recovery you're in. So the 3 stages are W, which is warning, A, which is the attack, and R, which is the recovery. And each one of these stages has different skill sets associated with it. The one that I find that goes wrong the most is actually the warning stage. And the warning stage goes wrong because we don't recognize the signs of warning. So say one morning you wake up and you're really stiff and you can't put on your socks, and then you go and you have a shower and everything's fine, and you attribute it to old age. Well, I hear that in my 20-year-olds and my 60-year-olds. That is not a sign of old age, especially if it comes on suddenly. It's a sign that probably your back is starting to give you a warning. Backs also give us other warnings. You feel like you've had a workout when you've not been to the gym. Your hamstrings are tight, your calves are tight, but you haven't done any extra work. That's an indicator that perhaps your back is giving you a warning as well. Stiffness in the morning, stiffness at the end of the day, stiffness after exercise. All of those are indicators that maybe you're about to go to war, and what you want to do is learn how to manage this before you go into war, because there's very few wars that are worth going to. The best thing to do is to prevent them, and especially a war with our body. In the warning stage, it's often relatively simple. You just need to learn what you're doing wrong. Are you sitting too much? Are you bending over incorrectly? Do you need a better ergonomic setup? Often you don't need a lot of treatment. So seeing a therapist or someone who understands backs, who's going to teach you what you need to do to prevent going into the next stage, which is the attack stage, is the goal. Now, the attack stage is when we see people the most. It's understandable. It's the most painful. It changes your life. I don't want to ever see people go into the attack stage, but the 2 problems I see in the attack stage is, one is people apply the wrong treatment, and 2, also we fail to see when we're going from the attack stage into the recovery stage. So in the attack stage, what I often find is people try to exercise through it. And it is when exercise is the least valuable. It is the most valuable in your warning and in your recovery stage. So in the attack stage, you do what you can. You stay active as you can. It's good to get some circulation, but don't think that you can exercise this out. The key sign of the attack stage is you are in constant, unrelenting pain. It's not that you're in pain and it hurts a lot and then it goes away. It just never stops. It may get better or worse depending on what you're doing, but that better or worse doesn't stay. That's the sign of the attack stage. So at that stage, you want to maybe go see your physician about some medication to help you through it. And even if you're in a lot of pain, don't think that that needs big medication. It might just be something simple that can help you get through this point and then get on to the next stage. But it's also an important stage not to become what I call a prisoner of the pain. When you are in a lot of pain and it continues, some people think that they are never going to get better. And I just gave you some pretty bad stats at the beginning, but I'm also going to give you some pretty good stats, which means that 95% of people's back pain are gone within 3 months. So time is on your side. What tends to prolong it is the decisions that people make. It also is our desire to be free of it faster than that. And I get that. But recognize that you can often be free of pain within that 3-month period, and it's going to get progressively less as that 3 months goes on. The second mistake is, as I said, the failure to recognize that you're starting to be in the stages of resolution. And so if we continue the wrong treatment for the wrong stage, it prolongs the stage. So the stage of resolution, its hallmark is the pain has become intermittent. Even if it's intermittent for half an hour here or there, you are in the stage of resolution. Some people don't stay very long in the attack stage and they move into the resolution stage very quickly. But when the pain keeps coming back when you do things, people sometimes mistake this for the attack stage. In the resolution stage, your back pain is often provoked by certain things and made better by certain things. So maybe it feels worse if you sit and better if you walk, or vice versa. You feel a lot worse when you walk and better when you sit. Those are signs of what we call directional preference. And when you are in the directional preference stage, we can start to get active again, but we need to respect your directional preference. As you move out of the directional preference stage in the recovery, you move into needing to get more robust and more resilient. This is when you can start getting back to your fitness. This is when you start to get back to your gardening and a full-fledged exercise program that is more about the core that everyone talks about. At this stage, it is not so much provoked by a directional preference, but more provoked by a level of activity. If you do more, you get sore, and that's indicative that you need more strength and endurance as opposed to you need to move in a certain direction. The error that I see made at this time is people don't go far enough. They don't finish their robustness and their resilience and getting back their strength. When the pain goes away, our motivation goes away, or we've been a little bit frightened by how hard it has been to come through it, and we're afraid to push it too much. So your resolution stage often needs the guidance of a smart spine therapist who can guide you through it and help you move through the robust stage until you're resilient again. And remember that the most important thing is to not go back to war. So you want to keep the balance and learn what it is as the basic things to do every day that keep your back healthy. In the next few blogs and videos, I'm going to explore each one of these in more depth. So I'm going to be doing one on warning, one on attack, and one on resolution. In addition to this video, at the end of this, if you go to our website at www.orthophysio.com and put in the war in the search field, you will get my blog, which is the write-up of this with more detail on it. And each month for the next few months, we will be publishing both the blog and the video. Thanks for joining me.